Hello and welcome to the lecture of thermodynamics. In this lecture, we will continue our discussion on relation between heat capacities. In our previous class, we have derived some relation between the heat capacities at constant pressure, heat capacities at constant volume. Now we will further derive furthermore relation between Cp and Cv. That means we will derive more relation between heat capacities. Okay, so in the previous class we have already proved this, the fundamental equation. If you write the fundamental equation Cp minus Cv is equal to T into del P del T at constant V into del V del T at constant P. This is the fundamental equation we have already proved in our previous class. Now, by using this fundamental equation, we will derive some more relation between the heat capacities. Now, what we will do, we will use the cyclic rule here. We have already discussed in our previous lecture about cyclic rule in detail. So, cyclic rule, so if you write three variables P, T and V like this, and if you go clockwise P to T to V, then you know by applying cyclic rule what we can write from here is that del P del T at constant V, del P del T at constant V, then del T del V at constant P. So del T del V at constant P, and then del V del P at constant T. Del V del P at constant T is equal to minus 1. So this you can write by using cyclic rule. Okay. Now we will apply this cyclic rule in this equation. So we'll look into two cases. Okay, we'll look into two cases and we apply this cyclic rule. So in one case, what we will do, we'll use this value, this del P del T at constant V, and we'll replace this value here. Okay, so from here, by using this cyclic rule, what you can write is that del P del T at constant V is equal to minus del P del V at constant T into del V del T at constant P. So by using this cyclic rule, I can write this del P del T at constant V is equal to minus del P del V at constant T into del V del T at constant P. Okay. And in another case, what we will do, replace this term del V del T at constant P. So from here, if you take this term, this del T del V at constant P in this side, then what you will get? You will get this term del V del T at constant P. So if you replace this del V del T at constant P by using this relation, then what you will get? You will, so this term you take in this side. So if when it will go in this side, right hand side, so then we will get del V del T at constant P. This is, I have written here, del V del T at constant P. So this will be equal to, there will be a minus sign, and there will be del P del T at constant V into del V del P at constant T. Fine. Okay. So in one case, what we are doing? In one case, we will replace del P del T at constant V is equal to this. So now let's put the value. So if you put the value, then what you will get? Cp minus Cv is equal to T into, so there will be minus sign, minus T into, so del P del V at constant T and del V del T at constant P whole square. So del V del T at constant P square. Okay. So this is one relation between heat capacity Cp and Cv. So Cp minus Cv is equal to minus T into del P del V at constant T into del V del T at constant P whole square. Fine. Okay. Now if you replace this term del V del T at constant P with this, then from this side what you will get? You will again get another relation between Cp and Cv, and Cp minus Cv will be equal to, again in this side what you will get, there will be minus sign, minus T into del P del T at constant V square into del V del P at constant T. So this is another relation between the heat capacities. This is one relation you are getting, and this is another relation. Okay, this is one relation and this is another relation. Now what? So again what we will do, we will use this equation Cp minus Cv is equal to minus T into del P at constant T into del V del T at constant P whole square. We will use this equation and then we will derive another relation between Cp and Cv. So we will write this equation again. Okay, so I'm writing this equation again. So what we are getting, Cp minus Cv is equal to minus T into del V del T at constant P whole square into del P del P del V del V at constant T. Okay, now we will derive a relation where Cp and Cv will be connected with the thermodynamic coefficient alpha and beta. Okay, so we will derive a relation where there will be the term Cp and Cv, and there will be also the term of thermodynamic coefficient, that is alpha and beta. So we have already discussed about thermodynamic coefficient in detail in our previous lectures. So from there we have already discussed that thermodynamic coefficient alpha, mathematical form of alpha, is equal to 1 by V into del V del T at constant P. Okay, so del V del T at constant P is equal to alpha B. This we already know, and also we have already discussed that beta is equal to minus 1 by V. So mathematical form of beta is equal to minus 1 by V del V del P at constant T. That means if you take del V del P at constant T is equal to minus beta V, and from here you can write, if you take the reciprocal, then del P del V at constant T is equal to minus 1 by beta V. Okay, so del V del T at constant P is equal to alpha V, and del P del V at constant T is equal to minus 1 by V. Now what we will do, we will put the value in terms of alpha and beta in this equation. Okay, so in the left hand side you have Cp minus Cv is equal to minus T into, you have the term this del V del T at constant P. So del V del T at constant P is equal to alpha V. That means you put alpha V whole square. Now you have this term del P del V at constant T. Now from here you can see that del P del V at constant T is equal to minus 1 by beta V. So this is minus 1 by beta V. Okay, so this minus and this minus will be plus. So in the left hand side you have Cp minus Cv is equal to, so there will be plus sign, T alpha square V square by beta square into, sorry, beta into V. So this will be only beta. So V square and V will be V. This will be only V. So what you will get, Cp minus Cv is equal to alpha square T V by beta. Okay, this you are getting. Cp minus Cv is equal to alpha square Tv by beta. Okay, this is true in for all. This is in general. Okay, Cp minus Cv is equal to alpha square Tv by beta, and when we say for 1 mole of ideal gas, the relation is Cp minus Cv is equal to R. Okay, so here what we are getting, Cp minus Cv is equal to alpha square Tv by beta. Alpha and beta are thermodynamic coefficient. This we know. Okay. So now you have this relation Cp minus Cv is equal to alpha square Tv by beta. Okay. Now when we are discussing about feature of heat capacity, that time I told you that there is a special condition where Cp can be equal to Cv. In general Cp is greater than Cv, but there can be a special case where Cp is equal to Cv. Okay. Now, most probably when we are discussing about the thermodynamic coefficient, that time I probably did not tell you that about the sign of thermodynamic coefficient. So now I will tell you about the sign of thermodynamic coefficient. You know that alpha is equal to plus 1 by V del V del T at constant P. Okay. And this quantity del V del T at constant P, that means change of volume with respect to temperature at constant pressure, this quantity can be negative as well as positive. Anything negative, either negative or positive. That means alpha, the value of alpha can also be either positive or negative. Okay. But if you see the value, the mathematical expression of beta, then beta is equal to minus 1 by V del V del P at constant T. Now if you see this term, that means change of volume with respect to pressure at constant T, this term is always negative. This term is always negative. That means if you see the sign of beta, that means there is already a negative sign, and this term is always negative. That means beta is always positive. Okay, so alpha can be positive, either positive or negative, but beta is always positive. Okay, now for water, you know, there is a special condition. So between 0 degree centigrade, so between 0 degree centigrade to 4 degree centigrade, what you can write is that this term del V del T at constant P, del V del T at constant P is negative. That means between 0 to 4 degree centigrade, alpha is negative. Okay, and beyond 4 degree centigrade, this quantity del V del T at constant P, that means change of volume with respect to temperature, constant pressure, is positive. That means alpha is positive beyond 4 degree centigrade. But at 4 degree centigrade, you know, this is a special condition. At 4 degree centigrade, what happens? This quantity del V del T at constant T, del V del T at constant P becomes 0. That means there is no change in volume with respect to temperature. So at 4 degree centigrade, del V del T at constant P is equal to 0. That means alpha is equal to 0. So this is a special condition. Now let's see this equation. At 4 degree centigrade, alpha is 0. That means Cp minus Cv is equal to 0. From here you can write at 4 degree centigrade. So if Cp minus Cv is equal to 0, that means Cp is equal to Cv. So this is a special condition where Cp can be equal to Cv. But in all other cases, you see that this is alpha square. Now I have said that alpha can be negative or positive, but alpha square is always positive. Fine. And the term T is always positive, V is positive, and beta is always positive. That means Cp minus Cv, there will be a positive quantity. That means Cp is greater than Cv in general. But there is a special condition. If at 4 degree centigrade, what happens? Alpha becomes 0 because this term del V del T at constant P is equal to 0. So what happens in that case? This is a special condition. Cv becomes equal to Cv. Now when I am discussing all this, I just want to tell you that these are all for 1 mole and if you get confused, then just remember this, that if you are given Cp bar, that means Cp bar is equal to Cp by n. So when we are using a 1 mole, that means n is equal to 1. In that case, you do not have to bother about these things. So Cp bar is equal to Cp in that case. Okay. Okay, this part is done. So now what we will do, we will again use the fundamental relation, and then we will use the thermodynamic equation of state, both the thermodynamic equation of state, first thermodynamic equation of state and the second thermodynamic equation of state, and we will derive some more relation, okay, between heat capacities. Now you know this, that this is a fundamental equation. Cp minus Cv is equal to T del P del T at constant V into del V del T at constant P. Now what we will do, in one case we'll use the first thermodynamic equation of state. So from first thermodynamic equation of state, what we will get, del U del V at constant T. Now this term we know, we write it as pi T, I mean internal pressure, is equal to, from first thermodynamic equation of state, what you can write, T into del P del T at constant V minus P. Okay, and in another case we will use the second thermodynamic equation of state. That means what we will use, we will use del H del P at constant T is equal to minus T del V del T at constant P plus V. Okay, so you have pi T is equal to T into del P del T at constant V minus P. So instead of del P del T at constant V, instead of this term, so del P del T, so T into del P del T at constant V, what you can write? You can write pi T plus P. So instead of this term, you can write pi T plus T. So you put here. So what you will get? Cp minus Cv is equal to pi T plus P into del V del T at constant P. So this is one relation between the heat capacities. Cp minus Cv is equal to pi T plus P into del V del T at constant P. That means relation between heat capacities in terms of internal pressure. Okay. Now here what you do, you replace this term T del V del T at constant P. So if you write T del V del T at constant P, then what you will get? You will get V minus del H del P at constant T. Now you put this value in this equation. So what you will get? You will get Cp minus Cv is equal to V minus del H del P at constant T into del P del T at constant V. So what we have done, instead of T del V del T at constant P, I have replaced this term with this V minus del H del P at constant T. So this is another relation between heat capacities. So Cp minus Cv is equal to V into V minus del H del P at constant T. This is within bracket into del P del T at constant V. Fine. Okay. Now we will introduce elasticity coefficient in the relation between Cp and Cv. Now for that, what we will do, we will use the Hooke's law. Okay, we will use the Hooke's law. So from Hooke's law, we know that stress is proportional to strain. This we know. Now if you write stress is equal to E into strain. So E is equal to stress by strain. So this E, the ratio of stress by strain, what we call as the elasticity coefficient. Okay, elasticity coefficient. So this is elasticity coefficient. Okay, this is elasticity coefficient, stress by strain. Now for gaseous state, so for gaseous state, what we can write is that for gaseous state, this stress means pressure. Stress is equal to pressure. That means for the gaseous state, if you apply the pressure, there will be a relative change in volume. So if you apply the pressure, then there will be a relative change in volume, and that relative change will be negative. So there will be a relative change in volume, and that relative change will be negative. Now E is equal to stress by strain. That means elasticity coefficient is equal to stress by strain. That means E is equal to stress means we are applying pressure, that means dP, and strain means relative change in volume. Now change in volume means dV and relative change is dV by V, but there will be a negative sign because the relative change in volume is negative. So minus V dV by V. Fine, because this dP comes because for gaseous state stress is equal to pressure, so this is stress. So pressure means dP, and strain, that means there will be a relative change in volume. Now change means dV, dV means change, and relative change means dV by V, but the relative change in volume will be negative, so there will be a negative sign. Okay, so this is strain. So that means what you are getting, E is equal to minus V del P del V, and in this case what will happen, the temperature will remain as constant. Okay, so the temperature will be constant here. Okay, so the temperature will be constant. Fine. Okay, now you know that thermodynamic coefficient beta is equal to minus 1 by V del P at constant T. So elasticity coefficient is equal to minus V del P at constant T, and thermodynamic coefficient beta is equal to minus 1 by V del T, sorry, yes, del P at constant T. So from these two relation of thermodynamic coefficient beta and the elasticity coefficient E, what you can write is that elasticity coefficient E is equal to 1 by beta. This you can write. Okay. So now if the elasticity coefficient is equal to 1 by beta, then you know this equation, Cp minus Cv is equal to alpha square Tv by beta. Now if 1 by beta is equal to E, elasticity coefficient, then what you can write, Cp minus Cv is equal to alpha square T V E. Okay, so this is another relation between Cp and Cv in terms of thermodynamic coefficient and elasticity coefficient. So in the discussion of relation between heat capacities, heat capacity at constant pressure and heat capacity at constant volume, what we have derived, we'll write all that one by one. So at the very beginning, I'll write the fundamental equation, the relation between Cp and Cv, Cp minus Cv, the fundamental equation I will write T into del P del T at constant V into del V del T at constant P. Okay, so this is the fundamental equation, and by applying cyclic rule from here we can also derive two other relation, that is one is minus T del P del T whole square into del V del P at constant T, and also Cp minus Cv is equal to minus T into del V del T square at constant P into del P del V at constant T. Then for ideal gas and for the gas where A term is equal to 0, there we can write Cp minus Cv. For 1 mole we can write Cp minus Cv is equal to R. For van der Waals gas, for 1 mole, but we can write Cp minus Cv is equal to R into 1 plus 2A by RTV. These all we have already proved. Then we have also seen that if you write in terms of thermodynamic coefficient, then Cp minus Cv is equal to alpha square Tv by beta, and there will be a special condition where Cp will be equal to Cv. And then if you also apply the elasticity coefficient from Hooke's rule, then we can see that beta is equal to 1 by elasticity coefficient, and from there we can write Cp minus Cv is equal to T E alpha square V. Okay, so T E alpha square V. E is elasticity coefficient. Then if we apply the first thermodynamic equation of state, and if you use the first and second thermodynamic equation of state and apply the fundamental equation, then we will also get two other relation. One is Cp minus Cv is equal to, in terms of internal pressure, if we apply the first thermodynamic equation of state, pi T plus P into del V del T at constant P, and also if we have used the second thermodynamic equation of state, then you will get this value, Cp minus Cv is equal to V minus del H del P at constant T, this is in bracket, and into del P del T at constant V. Okay, so these all are the relation between heat capacities at constant pressure and heat capacities at constant volume. So that's it for today's lecture. Thank you for watching.